guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Now, as you can tell by the title, today is going to be a one brand review on Rare Beauty. So I used to do these one brand reviews on my channel way back in the day. I thought I would talk to you guys about my favorite products and my least favorite products in this video, products that I think you guys need and definitely recommend, and then other products that I honestly would skip on that I don't really love that much from the brand. So I have a lot of the products the brand offers here. I would say everything except the liquid liner and the brow products. I think everything else I do have. So if you want to see this one brand review on Rare Beauty, everything that I do recommend and everything I don't recommend, just keep on watching. Alright, so I'm basically going to start with the first product you would apply, which is primer, and then work my way up. So really go through a full routine. So this is the Rare Beauty Illuminating Primer, and I really like this actually. It has a very nice like glowy look to it. As you can see, it kind of has that iridescent glow within it, and it definitely just feels like a moisturizer. Almost like if you combined a highlighter and just like a really nice moisturizer. Kind of has the consistency of like the CeraVe moisturizer, honestly. And as you see, it gives you that beautiful glowy skin look, which I honestly really like. It makes the skin look really, really nice and glowy and healthy underneath the makeup. And you can even wear this on bare skin and just give your skin that nice glow. So I do really enjoy this product. It's definitely a product that I do recommend in the brand, and I do really enjoy. I do use it quite a bit. Next, let's move on to foundation. Now this right here, I do have quite a few things to say about it. So I made a TikTok a little bit ago. If you guys don't follow me on TikTok, you totally should. It's the exact same name as my YouTube channel, Lavinia. I'll link it down below in the description though. And I did this one trend where you basically it's like to a song. I did a makeup version of it where I talked about like my favorite foundations and the foundations I really love, and then the ones that I don't love so much. And this one I had in my bottom foundations, and some of the comments were like, no, not Rare Beauty. And if you guys saw my first impressions video on Rare Beauty, you would have seen that I did say I like this. I love how it applied, but as I kept wearing it and trying it out, I realized I did not like it. So I do think I like the formula. It looks very nice on the skin, and you know, everyone's different with foundation, so this is just my experience. And I want to just say I have dry, sensitive, acne prone skin, so I'll put that out there just in case you want to kind of compare your skin type to mine. So as I was wearing this, I did notice it was kind of clinging to dry spots, which I wasn't expecting since it was supposed to be that more natural glowy type foundation, but it definitely was clinging to dry spots, which I did not enjoy. Also, the big thing that I noticed, especially around my nose area, which is typically the area you have more noticeable pores, it was clogging my pores so bad, which made me break out like around my nose and this area right here, which is an area I don't usually break out, and my breakouts are usually hormonal related, whereas these were like tiny little texture. So that's something my skin doesn't really do on its own, and it was always after I used this foundation. So I'm pretty certain that this foundation broke me out, and for that reason I just don't like it that much. I really wish, you know, it didn't do that because the formula was nice, but I just, as I said, maybe it was just my skin. I do really wish this worked for me. It just wasn't meant to be for me. Next, let's move on to the concealer. So the concealer I did like a lot better than the foundation. It's a thicker consistency, but it applies really nicely onto the skin, and it doesn't crease that much when you set it, especially, you know, it'll stay put for a long time of the day, and it does have a bit of a thicker formula compared to the foundation. The foundation is very watery. In the foundation you can get like light to medium coverage if you build it up, whereas this you can definitely build up to full coverage. I definitely really like this, and I would use it again. The shade I got in 170W, and it's a little yellow for me, but I can definitely make it work. So this one I do recommend. It is a nice concealer. Is it my absolute favorite concealer? No, but I do like it. Since we're on the topic of foundation and stuff, I'm just going to talk about the tools Selena came out with. So first is the sponge, and ignore how it looks. I've used this a lot. So it is a lighter colored sponge, so it's just going to get stained naturally. When I first got the sponge, I noticed that it was very, very different from any other sponge I had tried in the past. Now, first of all, the shape, of course, is very different. Now, also the actual sponge itself. So if you kind of see, it kind of has like that textured look to it. It's not as smooth of a sponge as other ones I've tried in the past. Now, what I will say with that is if you're using a very thick formula, like if you're not using her products and you're using, let's say, a foundation that's more on the thicker side, you might experience a little bit of trouble with this, because I find that the texture of the sponge kind of imprints onto the foundation, and then that's how it's left looking on your skin. So if that does that, you just need to blend it out a little more, but just keep that in mind for the sponge. I do like it for very minimal makeup, that like no makeup look when I'm applying very light products, or like I'll mention later, the blushes and highlighters I do like with the sponge. So I do think it's a good sponge. It doesn't retain a lot of product either, even though it does have like that more porous look to it. So I do like that about it, and I think it is a pretty nice size. I like the shape. You can do a lot with it. You can basically do like your whole face makeup look with this: foundation, concealer, powder, blush, highlight, everything like that. So I do think it's very multifunctional, and I do enjoy it. And she also came out with the brush, and this is the larger foundation brush. She also has the smaller one, but I personally don't use brushes really for my concealer, and if I do, I'll just go in with a big one like this. So I just didn't buy that one because I knew I wasn't going to use it. But something like this I actually love, and I love this brush so much. So the shape of it is really nice. As you can see, it's kind of that angled shape, and it's nice and compact. Like there's lots of bristles in there. Whether your foundation is a very light coverage or more heavy, thicker consistency, this brush will do a really good job at blending it out, since it is pretty dense and it won't retain too much product either. It's really nice also because you can get all around the skin, you know, really get in there, even under the eye. As I said, I'll just use this for my concealer because you can really get all over the face with this. So it's like the perfect size, not too big where you can't use it all over, but not too small that you have to sit there blending your foundation for hours. So I do really like that. So next, let's move on to the liquid blushes. So she does have two types of these blushes. She has the matte and the dewy. So the first shade is Happy, which is this beautiful like pinky rose shade. It's very, very bright, very pigmented. I'll do some swatches for you guys. As you can see, very pigmented right there, and beautiful color. Not typically the color that I go for. I definitely kind of go towards more berry tones or peach shades, but this has brought me a little bit out of my comfort zone, and in the summer I did really enjoy this one because it was super bright and youthful. Then I have the shade Bliss, which is definitely my type of shade, just that nude peach blush, and I'll swatch this one too. This one is perfect if you like a more natural blush, and these I really enjoy. I actually mixed both shades on my cheeks today, and as you can see, it's nice and pigmented. I do have that rosy look, but it still gives me about that dewy, youthful glow that's not like a powdered blush that will kind of, you know, make it look more matte. Now you can definitely layer these with powder products too if you want to set them down. They work really nicely that way as well. You can use them on full glam, very light glam, or even no makeup at all, and that's how I think I like using them the most actually. They're really, really versatile, and even with no makeup on, they just stay on really beautifully. They blend really nicely, and they just grip to the skin nice, so they will last a really long time. Blush, I find, is usually one of the products that goes first. It fades really easily, but these don't do that, which is awesome. And to be completely honest, I was never that into cream products, but I've definitely liked them a lot more now because I'll do a lot more natural makeup just on every day, and when I don't wear makeup, sometimes adding a little blush just makes me feel a little more put together. So these are a total win for me. They're super pigmented, so you only need a little bit and it goes a super long way, but they also do blend out really nicely. Now I do want to talk about the minis. I think they're really, really awesome. I don't know if they're limited edition or not, but I think they're awesome because you probably won't go through a product like this unless you're using it every day. If you're using it every day, then you definitely will. But for me, I have so much makeup and I try out so much product that sometimes minis like this are way better because I can actually go through them without the product going to waste. So I highly recommend, if you can find these mini ones, definitely pick some up, because this way you can kind of try the product out and even get like multiple colors in it as well. So that's my thoughts on the blush. Next, let's talk about the highlighter. So this has almost a very similar formula. I would say it's a little more liquidy than the blushes, but still very beautiful. I have mine in the shade Enlightened, and this is just their liquid luminizer. So I believe mine is one of the fairest shades in the line, and it's like a champagne highlighter. There it is right there. I am wearing it right now, and as you can see, I kind of dispersed it all over the cheek to just give me that like dewy makeup look, which I'm really loving. These blend out super easily though. I've tried liquid highlighters in the past that are more of that cream based formula. This is definitely a true liquid, so they blend it really easily. I even use the highlighter and the blush with my fingers. I find the warmth of your finger really blends it in nice, and you can literally take it and do this and it's just gorgeous. I even use this sometimes mixed into foundation, under foundation, mixed with different highlighters just to give me that extra glow. Sometimes I'll put it on and then I'll layer a powder on top if I want that really intense look. So very multifunctional as well, and you get a whole 15 milliliters in here, which is a lot of product. Next, let's talk the eyeshadow palettes. Now I believe these might be limited edition, but I do still want to talk about them. So she came out with two eyeshadow palettes, the Confident Energy one and the Magnetic Spirit one. Now I did a full review on the eyeshadow palettes alone. So in the first impression video, I tried this one, and then in the other video I did just on the eyeshadow palettes, I tried the purple one. And if it's not obvious enough, I am wearing the purple palette today on my eyes. I used the first 4 shades right here, kind of going in order, and then using the light shade on the inner corner, and it created a really beautiful look. As I said in my review video of these, I do really enjoy these eyeshadow palettes, and I definitely think they're worth it for someone who's going to use these colors. If you are not into, you know, more crazy glittery colorful eyeshadows, I wouldn't waste your money on these, because if you're not going to use them, they're not worth getting. But if you're someone like me who loves playing around with color and loves glitter, you're gonna like these. Now I found these really unique because they have an interesting shade selection in both of them. Even though this is more of the purple palette, you get that green and the peach in there, and then this one right here, you get a nice mix of colors as well. So you can definitely do a lot of looks with these. They don't have any mattes in them, anything like that, so you definitely have to use another palette to kind of complement it. But if you are into really great quality shimmer eyeshadows, these are definitely for you. They even come with a mirror, and the packaging is just incredible on these, absolutely gorgeous. So I do really enjoy these. Beautiful formula. You know, I like to use them with my finger, or even with a brush. They do work nice, but I find with my finger they just apply the best. So I do really enjoy these. If you guys want to see full swatches and everything like that on the palette, I'll link my other video down below, because it's going to help you out a little bit more. All right, now let's talk lip products. So she has the matte lip creams, which I have right here, and I have 3 different shades that I've tried out. I'm wearing 2 of them today. So I also want to mention that these, I got 2 in the minis, and for the pure reason that I rarely go through a full liquid lipstick. So I definitely think these minis are a great deal, and I would highly recommend them. But I have these shades Courage. I'll swatch these for you guys. So this is like a kind of cool tone nude right there. A little bit of cool tone in it, mostly neutral. Then we have the shade Fearless, which is a tad bit deeper. Definitely more mauve-y, as you can see right there. And then this one, which is the perfect holiday red. It's Inspire. And really beautiful shade, this one right here. There it is right there. So as you can see, super pigmented products. Now, I will say these have a very different formula than anything I've tried before. I personally prefer more of that matte liquid lipstick that really dries down and has that super thin formula. These have more of that moussey consistency to them. So if that's something you like, I would recommend them. If you like that more transfer proof formula, I wouldn't really recommend these for yourself. They're a really nice formula if you want something more on the moisturizing side. I will also say definitely use a lip liner with these, because since they have that moussey consistency, they'll kind of slip and slide if you don't use a lip liner. So definitely be careful with how you're applying these. Other than that, I like the applicator on them. It's just a nice like doe foot. Keep in mind that formula and kind of think about if it's something you would like or not. For me, I would definitely go with a like Milani Amore matte over these, just because I prefer that type of formula. But if you like that moussey consistency, then these are the perfect formula for you. And last lip product I'm going to talk about right here is the Dewy Lip Balm, and I have mine in the shade Thankful. And again, this is a mini size. This one came in a set with the blush, which I was really excited to try this for, again, that more natural makeup look. I feel like this whole line, you know, although you can do very glam looks with it, you can also do very minimal makeup looks, which I do like that it's very versatile that way. But this product is just not for me. It is a nice color and everything. It's like that lip balm with a bit of pigment to it. As you can see there, it gives off a really nice shade. So if you're looking for something super natural, this would be perfect. But for myself, I just found it a little too gritty. It has kind of those little bit of glitter in there, and it got a little bit gritty on my lips, and the formula just didn't really sit right. It kind of, you know, balled up in certain places and didn't really feel the most comfortable in my opinion. So I would way rather go with a gloss on top of a lipstick or just a regular lip balm than this. Just in my opinion, it didn't work out, unfortunately. All right, and the last product I'm going to talk about today is the Always an Optimist 4-in-1 Mist. Now, I actually do really like this. I went a little more heavy-handed with my powder today, and I applied, you know, quite a generous amount of this. And as you can see, my skin is a lot more dewy. I don't really consider this a prolonging mist, but it is nice at kind of melting everything together, and the mister is fairly nice on it as well. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it does disperse the spray really nicely, so I do enjoy that. I would recommend this spray if you're looking for more of that dewy setting spray. You can also use this as a primer if you prefer a spray-on primer rather than a like cream primer. And as I said, this one is definitely more of that dewy primer, so if you're not looking for that day, you can definitely use the setting spray instead. So overall, my thoughts on the brand are really positive actually. I love the message behind the brand and, you know, the work Selena put into it. I do really enjoy the products. I can tell that there was a lot of effort and quality put into each and every one of these products. Now, just because some of them didn't work for me doesn't mean they're bad products. I just personally don't like them, or they didn't work out for me, you know, because of my skin or just the things I prefer with my makeup. But I hope this video kind of gave you some insight on the brand and the things that I would highly recommend and things that I think you could definitely pass on. I do overall love the packaging. All of it is just gorgeous. She really nailed it on the packaging. Super nice and simplistic, but still looks very like elegant and elevated. Now, I also think the price point is amazing. It's just like that in-between price where it's not exactly drugstore, but not super high-end either. So I do think the price point is just right. And for how much product you get too, I think it's awesome. You definitely get your money's worth out of them. So that is really it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you want me to do any more brand reviews, like a full brand with all of my do's and all my don'ts for that specific brand, let me know down below in the comments. I'd love to do more of these videos. But I hope you're having a fantastic day or night whenever you're watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to turn on my post notification bell so you get notified every single time I upload a new video. I wish you guys a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!